Welcome to CoolTrade Radio, home of the robotic trading revolution. In the stock market, the cards are stacked against you. CoolTrade gives you the tools you need to dominate the stock market through automated trading. Learn to fight back against the powers that be on Wall Street using their own weapons. With CoolTrade, the game has changed in your favor. And now, your hosts, Pace Ellsworth and CoolTrade CEO, Ed Barsano. Welcome, everyone, to CoolTrade Radio. I'm Pace Ellsworth. I love technology. I love finances. I actually became a financial planner, retirement specialist, and I'm always trying to help people with that. And I really learned a lot when I clued into CoolTrade and met Ed Barsano. He has an amazing history when it comes to this, but he created something amazing out of it. And it's a software system that's automated that actually can take what you have in the market and take advantage of all the little trading opportunities, and you actually get something big out of it. So before we go any further, I want to make sure you guys have the phone number. Write it down now. I know you're going to call it later or text. It's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. Just give us your name and email. We'll get you a free report about CoolTrade, and we'll go from there. Ed, welcome again on the show. We're glad.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
We wanted to play this clip that you made a couple years ago, talking a little bit about the risks that people take with the competition, and then we're going to go into a little bit your history. A clip 2.
Well, all the other software that I've seen out there is what I call calibration equipment. They're giving you screens with charts and graphs and then telling you, well, go ahead and piece this together. Make your buy-sell decisions with this information. And to me, that's ridiculous. I was at a trade show one time, and it was one guy had 6 screens up of charts and graphs and everything. And I asked him, I said, does it come with a USB cable? He goes, what for? I said, to plug myself in. Because you can't expect me to sit and stare at all that and make a buy-sell decision. That's nuts, Whereas CoolTrade is a fully robotic trader right out of the box. You just turn it on in the morning and walk out of the house. It literally picks the stocks, it buys, it sells, it goes long, it goes short. You don't have to do anything, and you really will get at ease with the stock market. And you won't even care what the Dow is doing, and it's designed to be a fully automated trader. I don't know any other system that does that.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, there are other options out there.
Are there? I don't know of any.
Well, I mean, people waste a ton of money on learning how to trade the market. And then there are other people that just waste a bunch of time because they they just leave their money in the hands of some institution that they're not really making anything on it.
It's like I said before. I've taken the Series 65 and the Series 7 exams, and these are required exams to work at a brokerage firm or to be an investment advisor. Nowhere in those exams does it tell you how to make a dime in the stock market. It just tells you how to invest money, how to put money in. It doesn't really tell you how to make money. And even though, so everyone is thinking that the market is more than what it is. The fact is, if you find a $50 bill on the ground, you're going to pick it up. And I can't say that enough. The fact is, if you find a $50 bill, you're going to pick it up. You're not going to think about it. But yet in the stock market, a stock's up 50 cents or $1. You could be up $300 on a position and you don't take it, which to me is crazy. Just like you said you would pick up the $50 if you found it on the ground, so why not pick it up? And I know a lot of people are thinking that, well, especially the know-it-all kind of people who think they know stuff, who are going to talk to you like they know stuff, even though they really don't. They're going to go, well, if the stock market was that easy, there'd be no stock market, stuff like that. Right. Baloney. It's numbers going up and down. Look at the TV.
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is, there wasn't a car until there was one. There wasn't there wasn't a microwave until there was one. And CoolTrade's here now, and the opportunity is here. And we're not just. It has to do with something. He doesn't just say if you see $50, pick it up. This is what CoolTrade does. Every single day, you have the opportunity when the market goes up and down. All these little movements in the market, you could capitalize on most of the growth. Depending on what you're trading. If the market wants you to get profit, you take it. Thing is, market's giving profit away, and most people don't take it.
It's a transfer of money from one account to another. The rich are getting richer, and the rest of us are sitting in mutual funds.
Well, you see, you mentioned that you became a broker, but you're telling me before the show the reason you did that is because of what happened. So
because what happened, I'll tell you, Pace. In 2000, I didn't know anything about the stock market. I retired from Microsoft in '95. I had a lot of money. I had millions of dollars by 2005, and then by 2000, and then in 2000, the market, half my money vaporized. Yeah, more than half actually. And I didn't know anything about the market.
People really realized there were bubbles in the market, and this was becoming a thing.
And I didn't realize my mistake then. Now I go back. I mean, the Auto Trader handles all this for you, but I didn't do any money management. I was all in. As a matter of fact, I was 2-to-1 margined in. So when that market started dropping, at one point I was dropping $1 million a day. I mean, it was insane. And now, but with the Auto Trader, what the software does is it only puts your toe in the water initially.
Right.
So it'll buy 100 shares of a stock, but it's got enough to buy the whole 1,000 shares. What it does is it only buys 100 shares, and if the price goes lower, the software then buys another 100 shares. Now the software will sell the bottom one profitably.
Yeah.
As it wiggles around. And if you look at any chart, go ahead and print out a chart before you go talk to your investment advisor who wants you to think that it's harder than it is. Just print out an stock chart and look at it. It looks like an EKG chart.
Right, yeah.
And
a seismograph, yeah.
That's all it's doing is going up and down, up and down. And look at those bottom troughs when it goes down. I'm not saying all the way at the bottom. It doesn't matter. Wherever you buy it, any price you buy it at, if that price goes higher, you sell it. Now, the software does that, and it just buys and sells. Whereas where you get killed in the market is if you put all your money in and you just buy a stock and you sit on it.
Right.
And then that stock might drop 20% and stay down for the next 2 years.
Right.
Now you're not making any money.
You lost 30, 40%, 50% of what you made. And, wouldn't it have been nice to actually spend the millions instead of losing it, instead of having it vanish?
That's what it's all about. And what I love about this is you're taking money almost every day of your life as the prices wiggle around. If I'm taking $50, $100, $200, I can just glance at an Auto Trader and see the profits that I'm making. And if I'm making a few $100s a day, even $200 a day is $50,000 profit a year. Get real.
Yeah, we're talking about just riding a stock and actually taking advantage of every movement. If it's at 20 and it goes up to 20.5, take the 0.5. Thing is, you don't even need to watch it. The system will do it 100% for you. No programming required, no trading, engineering experience required. It just does it for you. Like you said in the clip, you turn it on and you walk away. People turn it on. Sometimes they walk away for weeks or months at a time because it just keeps running.
All I care is just keep taking money. That's the secret to the stock market.
So the number to call is 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Or you can go to CoolTradeRadio.com. We just need your name and your email. We'll send you a free report, and you can get on our free online demo. You can actually see how this all works. Before you buy it. It's no problem at all. We'll show you as many times as you need to believe it. It's real. So again, the number is 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. We'll give you a free sneak peek at the software, and we'll help you with any questions you have. We'll make sure it's set up for you. That's another thing. When you install this, you don't need to go to any work. If you purchase the license, we'll set it up for you. And, any trouble that you have with the software, we'll work it out for you because we want this running for you. We want you to be happy, so you tell people about it.
It's just software that runs on your Windows computer. You download the software and turn it on, and you pick a strategy, and the top strategies already right there that have been running for years. It's just based on your dollar value. If you have $30,000 in your brokerage account, you say, okay, I'm going to take the top strategy for $30,000 accounts. You select that one, turn it on, and walk out of the house. And I'm not, I know what you're thinking. I know what millions of people are thinking when they hear this, because I talk to audiences every week. Mm-hmm. And, and what people are thinking is, well, that can't be real. Otherwise, there'd be no stock market. And it always freaks me out because this is like fourth grade math. And it just kills me that I just don't understand what it is. What do you think the market really is?
That's the thing people don't understand. The only reason that there is a stock market is because this has already been happening.
The institutions have been doing it for years.
And people haven't had access to it. That's the problem. You see, we've got these huge banks on Wall Street. We're not going to name names because they're hidden.
Well, the fact is, the large institutions have been running computers against the public for years. And if you think the stock market's this complicated game, just look at the TV. if you think about it, if the stock is up $1 today, and then tomorrow it goes down $1, and then the next day it goes up $1. For instance, Facebook, for example, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down for months.
$1 just goes
if you
up and
stop
down.
and think about it, do you think the price movement in that stock has anything to do with things that are happening within the company? No, the fact is, when that Dow is down 100 points, almost all the stocks are down. And the next day, the Dow is up. So all the stocks are back up. That's all the stock market is numbers going up and down. Quit trying to understand it. Like, Pace, you mentioned you don't really understand how a combustion engine works. Or you don't want
I don't want to know.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, this is the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, stop trying to understand why the market moves. I don't care why. All I know is if I'm walking down the street and I see a $50 bill on the ground, I'm picking it up. Even if it's $1, I'm picking it up.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and try to say, well, I wonder where it came from. Who cares? Somebody dropped it and you picked it up.
Right. Yeah. The effect is when you don't pick that up, you're buying and holding. You're just saying, okay, I'm just going to hold on to the money in my pocket. I don't need to pick up that $50.
And it's like I always say, you know, I didn't invent the stock market. Don't blame me because it's that easy. And, you know, and I know you want to think that the stock market is more complicated than it is, but the fact is, it's numbers, it's birds pecking randomly. That's what look at the stock market like that. Quit trying to understand why that bird pecked in the order that it pecked in.
And people think they're just going to get lucky. You know, it's really, it amounts to emotional gambling when most people are in the market. And most people don't even realize that they're in the market. If you work for a company of 401k, your money's invested in a mutual fund. That mutual fund is a collection of stocks.
That's all it is. And it's no fun.
Yeah, it's no fun.
It's no fun. I don't even get to see the money. I love stacking money. I want to see my money every day. I want to know I'm making money every day.
Yeah, we're not, it's,
That's an auto trader.
We got to get people the phone number. It's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. You can give us your name and email. We'll get you a free report. We'll show you how the software works. And we actually have a discount on it too. So we want to make sure that you get this, see how this works. We don't want you to be gambling anymore. We don't want you to just be hoping with your lucky rabbit's foot that the market's going to go up and just pray that you're going to make money. Maybe take profits once in your life when you retire.
Wouldn't it be nice to find a $50 bill today? Now imagine finding $50, $100, even $500 every day. The money in the stock market is the same as the money in your wallet, so when your stocks are up, why not take the profit? But who has the time to monitor the market? CoolTrade does, on your computer. CoolTrade, one of the only fully automated stock trading software platforms available to the public, does it all while you're out living your life. Pretty simple, pretty smart. CoolTrade.
In case you missed it, the phone number, again, last time it's 480-787-2777, 480-787-2777, or go to CoolTradeRadio.com with your name and email, and we will get you a free report on CoolTrade. We'll get you a peek at CoolTrade. We'll let you play with it a little bit. So anyway, let's talk about the alternatives right here. People, where do you have your money? You probably have it in one of two places. It's either in an account that's somehow invested in the stock market, or it's in some account at a bank, which would be a savings account, a checking account, a CD, or a money market, where I don't care where you are, there may be one or two accounts at banks in the United States that'll get you more than 1% a year. And that's it. Most people are making 0%.
What kind of math would that be? Divide that
0%.
by 365 days. 1% divided by 365. I can't even. I'm sorry.
You're
my
Intel
chip doesn't go that low.
You're making 0.0 something percent a day.
0.00 something.
Yeah. And you see that's the problem. You're making less than, a hundredth of a cent. Okay, some of these days,
that's insane.
If you think about the bank,
the bank Pace, they take your money, and if they're making 1% a day, they're making 300% a year.
Oh yeah,
and you can trade the stock market and just trade stocks. If you're making even $100 a day, that's $25,000 a year. And my auto traders make more than that every day, 100, 200. It's whatever the market wants to give me. I mean, most stocks. Let me tell you this: they gap up or they gap down in the
Right.
morning. That's where
Yeah.
the money is. Stocks don't
Overnight.
generally move during the day much. Where the big money is if you already own the stock, and that's what the auto trader does. It preps you for this because you're kind of always in a little bit, but most of your money's still sitting on the sideline, but you still own some shares of a stock. Now, when the stock opens in the morning, it gaps up.
Yeah.
Now, you might make $200 on right there. It's up. You make your $200. The software watches it. If it's going higher, it stays in. As soon as it starts to go the wrong way, the auto trader just closes the position. Just closes the 100 shares that's profitable. Still keeps you in any other shares that are not profitable yet.
Right. So to recap, the stock market. So the stock market is just a bag of values. Whatever the valuation is, whatever people think of a company is valued at, and that's the stock market. You're saying at the end of the day, the stock market closes to the public. They stop trading, but the value of the company might change overnight. It changes in the morning. It's something else. So that's the gap.
But it has nothing really to do with the company. It's just numbers going up and down. Again,
Right,
I don't understand how electricity and lights work, but I use them and I'm happy. The same thing with the stock market. Quit trying to understand all the details because I don't think those details have anything to do with the stock market, really. It's just numbers going up and down. You take advantage of the moves.
Right. CoolTrade isn't trying to predict changes in the market. All it's trying to do is ride the waves. See, most people are out there. Let me get the number out real quick and make sure that you guys don't miss out on this. It's 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. Get a free report, see the free demo, and we'll go from there. And the thing is, I use this analogy with the waves. See, the tide comes in and out. Most people think that's how they should trade in the market. They should just wait for the market to go way up over a year or two or 5 or 10 or 20. They might trade once in their life.
Buy and hope.
Exactly.
Most stocks don't go to new highs, by the way.
Right.
Most stocks just trade. For instance, Microsoft traded in like a $10 window for 10 years. From 2000 to 2000, or for longer, from 2000 to 2015, actually. It pretty much traded in just a range.
Right.
And most stocks just trade in a range. They don't go to new highs.
Right.
I mean,
you're
not looking for the next Google. Who cares
Right.
about that? I want that stock. I don't even like Microsoft at 50. I loved it when it was sitting at 30 and it was going up. It was going between like 28 and 32, for years. I'm like, give me the money, man. Just numbers going up and down. It's just an insult to humanity. I mean, seriously, Pace.
So we're saying, okay, compared to making 0% ever, okay, in your account at the bank, why don't you make 10% a month? Not talking about a year, people. We're saying maybe 2%, 5%, 10% a month. We've got all these types of different strategies. We've got them all running at our office. You can come check it out in Scottsdale. We've got these machines up and running, and you can see they're making 2% a month. That's 25% a year.
That's the low ones.
That's the low ones. And here I've got
we don't
a
want to
report.
sit here and say 10% a month. That would scare you, But
Yeah.
the fact is, when you're
It
talking
happens.
about CoolTrade,
here's
you're
the
talking
report.
about monthly returns. When
Monthly.
you hear 5 and 10%, they're talking about monthly returns, not annual returns.
No. Yeah, I mean, you can make, on average, it's true. If you just put your money in the market in the biggest companies and you just bought and held them and you stuck it out for 30 years, yeah, you'd probably make something like 5-10% a year at the most.
In the meantime, you're plucking gray hairs out of your eyes.
Right, yeah, because you would have sat through huge crashes.
And then you're waiting forever. We're losing the time. The clock is ticking, And, when you're 100 years old, you're 100 years old. There's no way you're going to look 20 when you're 100. I mean, why not take advantage of your money? It's your money. I mean, by golly, you should be making money. And you know what I really like? The auto trader is sitting in your house. There's no mystery. You got your auto trader sitting on your computer. And actually, it runs in what I call stealth mode. So it's it's invisible to the public. Not even the brokers know what you're doing. They don't know when you're going to jump in, when the software is going to say buy or sell. And when it does, it just does. And it says close this position, and that's it. And it just takes the money. It's all about taking profits. That's the secret to the market. The secret, it's just like playing poker. Now, of course, many of you aren't experts at poker, but I've been playing since I was 5.
Yeah, we're not gambling with this.
But I'm not gambling, but I was never gambling, even when I was a kid. I knew that the secret to the stock market is just keep taking money and control the losers. If there's 6 players in a poker game, on average, you're going to lose 5 out of 6 hands because each person around that table is going to win 1 out of 6 hands.
Right.
So the secret is control the 5 out of 6 hands that you're going to lose. He who knows how to control the losers will be a winner.
Right.
And that's what I've done with the stock market. It only puts your toe in the water initially with your money. With the money in your account, it only buys maybe 10%, and it reserves the other 90%. So as the stock drops, you're actually buying at lower prices.
Right.
And then when you see these big crashes where the Dow dropped 1,000 or 2,000 points, flash crashes they call them, when they say, oh, well, only the institutions with their, electronic trading, they call it, it's automated trading. They're the ones who are taking advantage of those crashes, and CoolTrade.
But CoolTrade.
So when a stock drops, the software buys more at the bottom, and then when the market just rockets back up, it's just give me the money.
Yeah, now this CoolTrade is the only one available to the public. Okay, the banks have had this for years. They've been using it against everybody, and that's how they run the market. That's how they can actually move the market. But we have CoolTrade, and we're actually saying we want you to have the opportunity to make these profits. How would it be to actually, if the market crashed or went down a lot, that you lost practically nothing, and you make it all back times 5, times 10 when the market goes back up, versus just waiting for the market to move.
Oh, now, Pace, if you're anything like me, you live for a crash. I mean, I always tell people, when I don't look at the market every day, I don't need to because my auto traders are running anyways. But I'll tell you, when I get up in the morning, if I turn CNBC on, I want to see that Dow down 1,000. In a couple months, I got my wish, man. The market was down; it dropped 1,000. But I didn't even. By the time I woke up, because the market was already open, I noticed I saw that it had already dropped 1,000 and then rebounded back 500 points. I looked at my auto traders and I cleaned up because it bought at the bottom of that.
Yeah, if you want to get stocks for a discount, basically.
That's
okay,
what
so
you want to do.
This software does it all for you. Okay, CoolTrade. You can give us a call. Give us your name and email to 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Or go to CoolTradeRadio.com. Just give us your name and email. We're going to give you a free report. We're going to give you a free demo.
Once you go automated, you never go back to manual trading.
Oh, that's the thing. If you want Ed's confidence in the market, where he doesn't care if the market's going down, and he's not betting against the market.
I'm not shorting.
He's not.
That has unlimited upside risk. A $2 stock could go to 200.
He's betting.
But it can only go to zero. A $10 stock can only go to zero, and I can manage that.
We know how to. If you're going to buy low and sell high, you can actually buy low and sell high and make money when the market goes down.
Over and over and over again. That's the secret to the market. Just keep taking money. Even $1 out of every pot in a house playing poker, the big winner is the house at the end of the weekend.
Right. Yeah, they wouldn't be in business. That's the thing. The people that own the market are making money because they're taking a little bit every single time, every single trade, every single day.
Oh yeah, there are brokerage firms. Well, the brokerage firm, one of my favorites. I mean, we're connected to TD Ameritrade and E-Trade.
Yeah.
But Auto Shares is an interesting broker. They only charge $1 a trade.
Yes.
And it's if you have a CoolTrade account. Otherwise,
you could trade
$7.
100 shares for $1.
Buck in, buck out. That's it.
So
even if a stock went up 20 cents, even a 20-cent move in a stock is $20 profit. Deduct the $2 in fees, you're still up $18.
Most of the other traders out there are $10 a trade. Auto Shares is only 1 per 100 shares. It's amazing. Now, okay, so this is CoolTrade. I'll get the number again. It's 480-787-2777. 480-787-2777. We want to get you a free demo. We want to get you a free report, show you how this all works, answer any questions you have about it. In fact, you could actually see, some of the strategies that we've been using to make between 2 and 10% a month on the market.
Don't think that if that was real, there'd be no stock market, or that doesn't sound complicated enough. The market's got to be more complicated than that. Just look at TV. Look at a stock. All it is numbers going up and down. And there's no reason you can't take full advantage of those moves up and down. There's no barrier to entry. Anybody can trade the stock market. There's no education required. You didn't make the stock go up. You bought a stock. It happened to go up a few cents, and then the software sold it. You didn't find a buyer on your own. It just sold, and then the stock market automatically closed it. It's not complicated at all, and the software makes it even that much easier. You turn on the software, and then just you can sit in front of it or just walk out of the house or go golfing or whatever it is, you like to do, because the software is just going to trade like the ever-ready bunny rabbit. It's just going to go and go and go, and they can't show it money without it saying, gotcha, gotcha.
Well, we're almost done for the day. We just want to recap for everybody. This is CoolTrade. It's an automated stock trading system. It trades for you. You don't need to watch it. You just set it and forget it. We can set it for you, and it'll trade the market like a pro would without you having to spend any time learning about how to do it yourself. So the number here is 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777. Get the free report or go to CoolTradeRadio.com to get it. We just need your name and email. We'll help you out. Thanks again for listening to CoolTrade Radio. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thank you, Pace.
Thank you,
Thanks
Ed.
for inviting me.
Thanks for listening to CoolTrade Radio. To see a free demo of the CoolTrade automated trading system, call or text 480-787-2777. That's 480-787-2777, or go online to CoolTradeRadio.com. CoolTrade does not give stock trading or strategy advice, including buy, sell, or hold recommendations. Any communication from CoolTrade personnel relating to the operation of CoolTrade is only intended for education purposes, running the CoolTrade platform in simulation mode. Unique trading experiences and past performance do not guarantee future results. Before trading in a live brokerage account, you should test your strategy in simulation mode and speak with your financial representative to ensure that the strategy is suitable for your investment profile. To contact CoolTrade for more information, call 480-787-2777 or go to CoolTradeRadio.com.